The Hawks Network is live from Boerne, Texas with Canyon Lake High School Volleyball.
Make it clap.
The Hawks are on the road against the Greyhounds. So get ready. Canyon Lake High School Volleyball on the Hawks Network starts now.
Greyhound Gym in Boerne, Texas is the site of a big district matchup in 28 4A play. As the Canyon Lake Hawks take on the Boerne Greyhounds, we'll have first serve coming up after this.
This one is called the Vigor MX-5 300 ZX.
Yes, Mikey, yes.
Sometimes you have to think outside the box.
I am going to be making my car up as I go along.
Doesn't get much cooler than this. I mean, seriously.
Wheeler Dealers, new episode every Wednesday at 9 on Motor Trend, or stream every episode ad-free on the app.
At QVC, we know shopping because we're shoppers too.
We know sometimes you want to treat others. And sometimes you just want to treat yourself.
We know it's the little things that make a house a home.
And we know what it's like to budget. It's why we started Easy Pay, so you can enjoy what you want now and pay over time with 0% interest.
We created QVC for shoppers like us. And like you. QVC, by shoppers, for shoppers.
Get a master class from the Master Homesteaders with a behind-the-scenes look at the Rainy Home.
Quarantine, rainy style.
We're going to have to work like we've never worked before. Stay tuned.
New Homestead Rescue, Thursdays at 8 on Discovery.
Watch Discovery, GVTC, Channel 554.
And let's try this again. Greyhound Gym in Boerne, Texas is site of a big district matchup in 28 4A play. As the Canyon Lake Hawks, fresh off a district opening win from last week, take on the Boerne Greyhounds, a perennial district contender. Coming to you live from the campus of Boerne High School, it's Hawks Network coverage of 28 4A volleyball as the Hawks face off against the Greyhounds. Canyon Lake enters tonight's match off the heels of a win this past Friday against Fredericksburg, a win that snapped a 4-match losing streak for the Hawks, who are now out to a 1-0 start to district play. As for Boerne, the Greyhounds are 11-3 this season, although one of those 3 losses came in their district opener last week against Wimberley before bouncing back to even the 28 4A record with a win over Bandera on Friday. Greyhounds now being introduced to the crowd here inside of Greyhound Gym. Again, Boerne's overall record 11-3, out to a 1-1 start to 28 4A play. You see Kendra Schwartz, one of the seniors for the Greyhounds, one of just 4 on the roster, wearing the number 4 for Boerne, a part of tonight's introductions. Big defensive specialist just made her way to the net after being introduced. McKenna Mann, 7 digs for her in the win over Bandera on Friday for Boerne. And here is Riley Jones, a junior, first-year varsity player for Boerne, who's only played in 19 sets so far this season. The players really to watch for tonight for Boerne are Lauren Roberts, a sophomore outside hitter. She'll be introduced to shortly, wearing the number 15. Tori Adams as well. Those 2 of the top point scorers for the Greyhounds. Very good. Libero is Addison Amick. And the setter for Boerne, Taylor Adams and Tana Lux. Will see both of those players out there along with Madison Jones setting tonight for the Greyhounds. There is Adams, by the way, number 21, the sophomore, second on the team in kills per set behind Lauren Roberts. Had a team high 11 in the win over Bandera on Friday. Taking a look at the season so far for the Hawks, up and down start for Canyon Lake, a 6-6 record after the first 12 matches of the season. And then again, Canyon Lake dropped 4 straight, getting swept in all 4 of those defeats before the start of district play. But again, that began with a winning note for the Hawks, snapping that 4-match slide with a sweep of their own over the Billies of Fredericksburg this past Friday at Hawk Gym. As for the Greyhounds, they got out to an 8-0 start this season. They didn't suffer their first loss until September the 8th against Cornerstone Christian. Boerne had his first losing streak of the season after dropping back-to-back matches against Kerrville Tybee and Wimberley before picking up a win Friday at Bandera. Again, because of the COVID rules in place, the two teams will not exchange sides. So the Hawks in the forest green jersey tops will remain on the right side tonight. The Greyhounds in the home whites will remain on the left. This has been a very evenly played series over the years. The Hawks own a slight 8-7 advantage in the all-time series. The two teams have split the season series in each of the past 2 years. Both teams in the postseason representing District 28 4A a year ago. And the first serve tonight belongs to the junior Hannah Harrison. And we are underway from Greyhound Gym. Service game for both teams awfully strong on Friday. The Hawks had 13 aces in the sweep over Fredericksburg. The Greyhounds had 19 in the win over Bandera. That's nearly worth an entire set of points as the Hawks take an early 2-0 advantage. And Harrison will serve again. Had 7 kills and a team-high 10 assists in the win over the Billies this past week. First time the Greyhounds have returned. Good ball dug out by Caitlin Cox for the Hawks. That shot goes off the antenna from Robinson. And Boerne scores for the first time tonight. The Greyhounds' impressive win over Bandera on Friday, winning that match despite playing without Addison Amick, Kendra Schwartz, or Lauren Roberts. They won the first 2 sets handily over the Bulldogs, 25-11, 25-14. The next 2 sets were much more competitive as Boerne ties things up at 2. And again came away with a win, avoiding a 3-match losing streak. Serving for the Greyhounds is Taylor Adams, who's been a serving specialist for the Hounds this year, 4th on the team. And aces coming in. But there the service there. As the Hawks seesaw back in front. Notable win for Kenya Lake on Friday over Fredericksburg because they had struggled against the Billies over the years. They had lost 17 of the first 20 matches against Fredericksburg in program history until the win Friday night. Cross-court setup on the shot for Claire Schrader. And there's a big shot from the right side for Lauren Roberts. The sophomore all-district last year as a freshman for Boerne. Team high 3 kills per set so far this season. And service from Amick is an ace as Boerne takes his first lead tonight. Some miscommunication there for the Hawks return game, where nobody moved on a ball that landed right between the back line defenders. Libero serves again with the left hand. Good shot, but a better defensive play made by Madison Jones as Kenya Lake winds up scoring the point. No, goes to Boerne. And a 3-point run for the Greyhounds on top 5-3. Free ball for the Greyhounds, right to Amick. Easy point for Ashley Klingman. 5 kills, the win over Bandera on Friday, 3 shy of tying her season high as Coach Clemens looks on from the Kenya Lake sidelines in her 6th season for Kenya Lake. And quickly approaching 150 wins as Hawks head coach, sitting at 143. And Kenya Lake serving again. Now it is Kaylee Moore in the white wearing the Libero jersey tonight for Kenya Lake. Free ball sent over by Klingman. Good defensive play from Lauren Roberts. Although I think that ball may have hit the tape anyway in the shot from Schrader. And so it is 7-4, 8-4 now. The lead for Boerne. Roberts, good serve for the Greyhounds. The Hawks in that sweep over Fredericksburg never trailed in the first 2 sets, but fell behind big in set 3, 9-2. But won 23 the final 36 points to pull away from the Billies. 8-5 now was Emily Payne to serve, a sophomore. One of 7 newcomers on the roster for the Hawks here in 2020. Service there for Kenya Lake. It's back out to a 4-point Boerne lead. And after the rotations, Tori Adams will serve for the Greyhounds. One of 2 players, just 2, to have appeared in all 52 sets for the Greyhounds this season. Ashley Klingman is the other. And Boerne now has its largest lead, doubling up Kenya Lake 10-5, and a timeout taken by Coach Clemens. Visiting with her team now, when she spoke about the win over Fredericksburg on Friday, was really impressed with the way that the team practiced heading into the start of district play, and stressed to the team that despite the recent string of losses, the start of 28-4A play represented for them a clean slate. And again, they answered the bell and out to a 1-0 start to district play. Of course, Coach Clemens, a high school player in her own right at rival Wimberley, won a state title with the Texans back in 1999. Later played college volleyball at A&M Kingsville, and again now in year 6 at Kenya Lake. Has guided this program to the second round of the playoffs in 4 straight years. And on the other side, it is Tisha Pettibon, head coach for the Greyhounds, also approaching a milestone in terms of victories in her 12th season here at Boerne. 387 wins, 13 shy of 400. And her Greyhounds take an 11-5 lead. And serving again is Adams. The 11 kills for her against the Bulldogs on Friday. She commits to service there. 7 times she's hit double-figure kills this year. Hawks led early 2-0, and then it was 3-2. But since then, 9 out of the past 12 points scored by Boerne. As Caitlin Cox, a senior, serves for Kenya Lake, one of just 3 seniors on the team. Joined by Kaylee Moore and Kyle Morgan. Good defensive play from Roberts. Good shot into the corner. And a kill for Ashley Klingman. 4th on the team in total kills come again. And after scoring the point, serves now for the Greyhounds on top, 12-6. And a good serve, a line drive, and Moore unable to make the defensive play for Kenya Lake. And she's a really good defensive player. Kaylee Moore, one of the better backline defenders in program history, surpassing 500 career digs earlier this season. Good eyes there by the back line. Laying off that serve, it is now 13-7. And here is Lily Sanders, little used player. This just a 13th set she's appeared in this year. Off of Bridget Brock for Boerne. And then from the right side, the point capped off by Madison Jones. And once again, Boerne doubling up Kenya Lake. It is 14-7. Received well by Robinson. And then coming in for the swing for Kenyon Lake, Macy Goodson, too strong though behind the back line. And Boerne has its largest lead at 15-7. And now the sophomore Jones, another all-district player for the Greyhounds as a freshman last year alongside Roberts. Good back set, better defensive play from Boerne. Kendra Schwartz and Bridget Brock there on the Greyhound defense. 16-7 leads to another Canyon Lake timeout. These two teams finished close to one another in the district standings a year ago. Boerne finished second behind champion Wimberley, and the Hawks finished in third. Canyon Lake coming off a 23-win season from a year ago. That was a 5-win improvement from the year prior. Fourth time with 20 or more wins in the last 6 years under the guidance of Coach Kim Clemens. But again, 5 seniors from last year's team are gone. And of the 7 juniors for the Hawks a year ago, only 3 chose to return. So a lot of new faces for the Hawks, but they're now 17 matches in this year. Can't call them inexperienced anymore. Out of the timeout, Boerne a commanding 16-7 lead as Madison Jones, a good setter, averaging more or close to 8.5 assists per set, serves for the Greyhounds. Good server too, third of the team at aces this year, and will not get another serve off of this point as the Hawks come up with a play to get service back and their 8th point. A look at it again. And coming in was Robinson for the left side for Canyon Lake. As Harrison serves for the Hawks. Received well by McKenna Mann for Boerne. Good defensive play, Robinson again. Along with Macy Goodson for Canyon Lake. And the Hawks strong play at the net. A little 2-point run now for Canyon Lake. Following the timeout from Coach Clemens. Brock for Boerne, good play. Bridget Brock, the junior whose sister Brianna was a senior last year and named All-District. Coming off one of her best matches of the season as she comes out. Brock had 8 kills, 6 digs in the win over Bandera on Friday. And here's Tana Lux, a sophomore, serving now for the Greyhounds. Awkward reception from Hannah Harrison, but the Hawks able to return. A bump set for Adams, good shot, good defensive play, Kaylee Moore. Adams again. This time scores for Boerne. And the Greyhounds 7 points away from a 1-0 lead. It is 18-9. And Lux, a little lofty jump serve for Boerne, well placed. But the Greyhound front line, a combination there, Kendra Schwartz and I believe Tori Adams reached over the net. That's a point for Canyon Lake. And now serving is a junior, Olivia Robinson. Tied with the team lead in kills this past Friday in the win over the Billies. All-District a year ago as a sophomore. Flying in for the Greyhound, Schwartz. Shot got blocked, Boerne able to recover. Adams with the right hand. Schrader, good shot for the Hawks, right to Amick, the Boerne libero. After a long rally, the Hawks win the point and cut the lead down to 7. Adams shot right into the tape. Usually a very accurate attacker. That's an accurate shot for Boerne, courtesy of the sophomore Lauren Roberts, who last played September 15th, 2 weeks ago to the day against Sonora. Big part of the lineup back in there for Boerne tonight as Amick commits the service error. Hawks back to within 7. Moore, who had 4 aces against the Billies on Friday, serves here for Canyon Lake. And there the error for Moore, who also had 15 digs in that win over Fredericksburg. The best match the Hawks have played in a few weeks. But right now, staring down the barrel of a 20-12 deficit. Roberts with a fastball serve. From the back line, Robinson had the shot dug out by Roberts. Here's Adams from the left side for Boerne. Tori Adams off to a torrid start here for the Greyhounds. Couple of impressive kills here in set one. And Boerne 4 points away from the 1-0 lead. Not received well by Schrader. Coach Clemens has exhausted her 2 timeouts. As Boerne inches closer towards an opening set win. Here's a setup for Addison Andrews. Hit that one right to Roberts. From behind the 10-meter line, too strong. Ends the Boerne run. Roberts again with that left hand. It's a little bit too much on the shot for Boerne. It's now 22-13. Adams this time for the right side, not her strong side of the court. Oh, nice looking shot there from Harrison, but dug out by Roberts. Adams with another attacking error. And it's now 22-13, make it 22-14 in favor of the Greyhounds. Emily Pena. Team high 22 aces on the year, can't pick up her 23rd. No other player has more than 10 for the Hawks this year. That being aces, not errors. And now Adams trying to close the door on Kenya Lake with Boerne on top 23-14. Jump serve is good. And unable to handle it, Hannah Harrison, and it is set point for Boerne. The Greyhounds have been in control the entire first set and trying to close the door. And they do with an ace from Tori Adams. And the Greyhounds make quick work of the Hawks in set one. They take it 25-14. Second set coming your way after this on the Hawks Network. We're back in a moment.
This one is called the Pregame MX5 300 ZX.
Yes, Mikey, yes.
Sometimes you have to think outside the box.
I am going to be making my car up as I go along.
Doesn't get much cooler than this. I mean, seriously.
Wheeler Dealers, new episode every Wednesday at 9 on Motor Trend, or stream every episode ad-free on the app.
At QVC, we know shopping because we're shoppers too.
We know sometimes you want to treat others. And sometimes
You just want to treat yourself.
We know it's the little things that make a house a home.
And we know what it's like to budget. It's why we started Easy Pay, so you can enjoy what you want now and pay over time with 0% interest.
we created QVC for shoppers like us. And like you. QVC, by shoppers for shoppers.
Get a master class from the Master Homesteaders with a behind-the-scenes look at the Rainey home.
Quarantine, rainy style.
We're going to have to work like we've never worked before. Stay tuned.
New Homestead Rescue, Thursdays at 8 on Discovery.
Watch Discovery, GVTC, Channel 554.
Texas isn't just big, it's wild, with all kinds of creatures. Cuddly ones, prickly ones, armored ones. All these animals need protecting, and there's one team that's always there to make sure they stay safe. Lone Star Law, Sunday at 9 on Animal Planet.
Watch Animal Planet.
Greyhounds won the first set, 25-14 as we're underway here in set 2. The Hawks take the first point. Remember, Kenya Lake won the first 2 points of the first set. After that, it was all Boerne. And again, the Greyhounds won that 25-14. Hawks 7-10 on the year. Overall record, the Greyhounds an impressive 11-3. Losses to Cornerstone Christian, Kerrville Tybee, and the 28-40 opener against Wimberley. Hawks again jump out in front, 2-0. As Hannah Harrison serves again. Harrison, little bump set up there for Andrews. A 3-point lead for Canyon Lake. Harrison and Emily Pena have been the 2 setters for the Hawks this season. Harrison second on the team with assists per set behind Pena. Return by Roberts. Little dump play there for Harrison. Boerne was in position, and the Greyhounds score their first point of set 2, courtesy of Kendra Schwartz. One of 4 seniors on this Boerne team. Did not play in the win over Bandera on Friday. And now Taylor Adams will serve for Boerne. A Greyhound team which is back on the road this Friday to face longtime rival Fredericksburg. The Greyhounds, funny thing about their schedule, they still have 2 more non-district matches left in the middle of district play. They'll host New Braunfels Davenport, the new school, this coming Tuesday, and they will end the regular season with a non-district match against Poth on October 23rd. Looking ahead at the Canyon Lake schedule, back home this coming Friday to face a longtime rival of their own and reigning district champion, the Texans of Wimberley. Canyon Lake will round out the first half of district play next Tuesday at Bandera. Hawks a strong start here in set 2, a 4-point lead, their largest tonight. It's 5-1. Olivia Robinson will serve again. Team leader in kills per set with 2 this year. 2 kills per step it is. There's Schwartz, a shot. Is there a fingertip touch from Canyon Lake? No. The Boerne players and coaches sideline and fans there at Greyhound Gym arguing for the fingertip call. It doesn't come from the down official or up official. And right now, Madison Jones, Boerne's sophomore setter, is visiting with the up official about the lack of a call there. Conversation ends. Up official says play on. Call stands. 6-1 Canyon Lake. Back set for Schwartz. Punched it over, but right to the libero Moore. Schrader got denied there by Lauren Roberts. Impressive block from the sophomore. Good for Boerne's second point. And that will lead to a serve from Addison Amick. Team leader in service aces with 29 this year. Back set for Roberts, big time shot, but again, too much heat on it. Try to direct that one into the back right corner, but got out of bounds. And now it's Kaylee Moore, who again has been so good defensively for the Hawks this year, leading the team with nearly 5.5 digs per set. The rest of the team combined is averaging less than 4.5 per set. She has been Canyon Lake's backline defense this season. And she'll serve again, with the Hawks on top by 6. Good cross-court set of Madison Jones, hooking up with Madison Morris. beg your pardon, not Morris on the kill. That was Ashley Klingman. And the Greyhounds serve, trailing by 5. Little jump set there for Adams, but read well by Pena. And a double hit will be the call here against Canyon Lake. Hawks already 8 points in set 2, only scored 14 in the opening set. Left-handed serve from Roberts, directed right to the Hawks back line, Mackenzie Ullman. Here's Adams, the shot. Ullman couldn't get there. Another kill for Tori Adams. And the Greyhounds claw to within 3. Pena, back set for Andrews. Adams had the shot tips. At that point, courtesy of Canyon Lake's defense that time. On top now 9-5. Talked about Canyon Lake's accomplishments from a year ago. The Greyhounds won 22 matches themselves last year, one shy of matching the Hawks total. Qualifying for the postseason for a 9th consecutive year is Amick, the receiving error for Boerne, puts Canyon Lake on top 10-5. And the Greyhounds made it to the area round of the playoffs for a second consecutive year. But 7 all-district players from that Greyhound roster gone. That includes all-state selection Jasmine Nelston. Good point here for Canyon Lake. Hawks much stronger here in the second set. Great kill from Lily Sanders. And the lead is now 11-5, and back down to a 5-point lead. It is 11-6. On the service there that time. As Andrews comes out for Canyon Lake. Juniors have some good moments here tonight. Been a good defensive player for the Hawks this year. Tie with Megan Voorhees for the team lead in blocks with 14. Lead is now down to 4 for Canyon Lake. Adams serves again for Boerne. Close the door on the Hawks in the first set. Good play off the net from Harrison, but the third hit goes behind the back line. And now 3 in a row scored by Boerne. Another good serve from Adams. The Hawks are having all kinds of issues on the serve-receive game against Tori Adams. Cuts the lead down to 2. Rinse and repeat. More serve-receive problems for the Hawks, and that'll lead to a Canyon Lake timeout. No. Coach Clemens elected not to use it here. Wants her team to figure it out. Doing a lot of coaching near the sidelines following the substitution defensively. As the Hawks finally return an Adams serve. Can they get service back though? That's the question. Back row attack from Robinson. Amick the dig for the Greyhounds. Did that shot land in? It did. And the run continues for Boerne. 6 straight scored by the Greyhounds. Adams another bullet on the serve. Robinson couldn't make the play defensively. And that big Hawks lead is now turned into a deficit. 12-11, the Greyhounds on top. And it takes an Adams service there to finally end the streak. And now a dozen each for these two. Meeting for the 16th time ever. Hawks a slight edge in the series, 8-7. evenly played over the last couple of years. Season series split in 2019 and 2018. This has been a evenly played second set. 13-12 now, the Hawks on top as Caitlin Cox serves again. Has played some solid defense for Canyon Lake in the back line this year. Second on the team in digs, push that behind only Kaylee Moore. Hawks don't get a defensive play there. And we're tied again at 13. Klingman running start to her serve, received by Cox. Set up from Harrison, and the shot from Lily Sanders. Again, Sanders hasn't played a ton this year, but more plays like that, she'll get a little more court time for Coach Clemens. But then commits the service there, and we're tied again at 14. The 14 points match the Hawks' total from the first set. Now, set two has been far more competitive. Left-handed serve from Madison Jones. Jones, a back set, big time shot from the middle of the net. Lauren Roberts for Boerne. That is just picturesque offense there from the Greyhounds. Good pass, good set, and a great shot from Roberts. Not a good pass there from the back row. Kyle Morgan on the serve receive. Hit that one too close to the net. No chance for the Hawks to make a play. A score that was once 11-5 Canyon Lake. 11 out of the past 14 points scored by Boerne. Harrison caught flat-footed on that shot attempt from the right side, and that will lead to a timeout for Canyon Lake. You look around the 28-4A districts, Wimberley and Bandera won their openers last week. The Texans beat Boerne, Bandera beat Fredericksburg. Of course, Boerne would meet Bandera and defeat the Bulldogs this past Friday. The only team out to 0-2 start is Fredericksburg. And keep in mind, only one team will miss the playoffs in this 5-team district, so the Billies already behind the 8 ball right now out in Fredericksburg. Tonight, the Hawks looking to go to 2-0 in 28-4A play. The Greyhounds looking to go 2-1. Hawks were one of the teams off last Tuesday, or were the team off last Tuesday. Wimberley, the lone team that was off on Friday. Bump set for Robinson with a shot right to Madison Jones. Here's a bump set for the Greyhounds, hit by Jasmine Phillips. Good point from the middle for Canyon Lake, Macy Goodson. Another player who hasn't got a ton of playing time this year for the Hawks makes a play here. Not all that well positioned, but even in front of that 10-meter line, able to make the play. Lead cut down to 2. And back out to 3 in the service there. It's 18-15 in favor of the Greyhounds. These two will meet again in just a couple of weeks out at Hawk Gym towards the end of district play. It's crazy to think that the first round of district play will already be over as of next Tuesday. It just started last week. Look at a very small 28-4A volleyball districts. From right at the 10-meter line, Robinson's shot not handled well by Boerne, but a good save by Tori Adams. We play on. Adams this time with a shot. Another kill for Tori Adams. The Greyhounds' combination of her and Lauren Roberts has been very strong this year. The two of them are giving Boerne about 5 kills a set. That is the 5th of the points needed to win a set, coming from 2 players. Now Adams will serve for Boerne, waiting for the official's whistle. It comes. Adams was Boerne's best defensive player in the win over the Bulldogs a few nights ago, had 17 digs in the 4-set victory over Bandera. But here the service there. Hawks get service back, down by 3. It's 19-16 as Robinson serves for Kenya Lake and right to Addison Amick. Flying in Kendra Schwartz. Robinson kept it alive but was still on the court. Off that pass. Couldn't recover. And second hit for Kenya Lake from Macy Goodson. Went right back to Robinson, who is again still on the court. Back and forth we go, but if you're the Hawks, you need a run right now. Can't afford to exchange points. With Boerne on top 20-17. Adams in front of the 10-meter line, the shot. Free ball, courtesy of Claire Schrader. Jones for Roberts. The fastball is off target. There you see it again. Roberts, the left side of your screen. Try to angle that shot inside the corner. And just outside. It's a 2-point match now, 20-18. Here's Schrader, right to Amick on a good defensive play. Roberts off the tape. Took something off that time, and the changeup works out well for Lauren Roberts. Boerne 4 points away from a commanding 2-0 lead. And the sophomore Roberts now has service for Boerne. The southpaw into the net. And the Hawks get it back with a chance to cut this lead down to 1. This after Kenya Lake looked outmatched in that first set. Coach Clemens makes her substitutions as Addison Andrews takes over service here for Kenya Lake. Right-handed serve, right to Amick. Madison Jones is set for Tori Adams. But a good dig from Mackenzie Allman. And a good play for the left side from Claire Schrader. And Schrader cuts the lead down to 1. And the Hawks now a chance to tie it. Another good defensive play from Allman. But better offense there from Boerne. Ashley Klingman with the kill from the middle of the net. And again, a great sliding defensive play made by Allman, but then couldn't recover and get back to her left. Back out to a 2-point Boerne lead. And a timeout called. I believe this may have been called by Boerne as Coach Clemens visits with her team. And good, the Hawks a year ago, a third-place finish in a very competitive 28-4 district, finishing behind Boerne and Wimberley. But the Hawks' third-place finish good enough to reach the postseason. And made it to the second round for a 4th consecutive year last year. Those Gator masks are up for the Hawks, trying to do their part. In terms of social distancing, they've done very well of organizing measures here at Boerne High School in particular. If you ever take a look at the Boerne bench, you'll see the seats are staggered, where players are not sitting directly next to one another or behind one another. And you can see it there in the bottom left corner of the screen, what the Greyhounds do to do their part. Fans are required to wear the masks as well here inside Greyhound Gym. All the Boerne players have their gator masks at the ready as well when they're not on the floor and playing. After the timeout, 2-point Boerne lead, make it 3. Effective dump play from Madison Jones, and Boerne 2 points away from a 2-0 lead. Running start for Adams on the serve has given the Hawks all kinds of fits here tonight. Shot lands just out of bounds. Good attempt there from Jasmine Phillips. Hawks stay alive, but again, they need a run. Substitutions again here on the rotations for Coach Clemens. That will take Allman out defensively. Had played really well on the back line as she takes the high fives from her teammates. And to serve now, Caitlin Cox. Jump serve. Hit that one right to Tana Lux. Good defensive play made by Moore for Kenya Lake. Klingman the shots. And it is set point again for Boerne, 24-21. Again, Klingman off that right side. A perfectly placed shot for the Greyhounds. A good serve, but received well by Moore. Here's Schwartz, the shot off the tape. Jones. Off the basketball backboard, kept alive by Kenya Lake. Good play from Kyle Morgan. Moore diving in to keep this one alive. Robinson places it over, dug out by Schwartz. Phillips off the tape. Was a touch by Kenya Lake. It was, and that will wrap up set 2. An incredible volley between these two teams on the final point, but won by Boerne as the Greyhounds take set 2, 25-21, and with it a 2-0 lead. Third set coming up after this on the Hawks Network. We are back in a moment.
This one is called Vigor MX5 300 ZX.
Yes, Mikey, yes.
Sometimes you have to think outside the box.
I am going to be making my car up as I go along.
Doesn't get much cooler than this. I mean, seriously.
Wheeler Dealers, new episode every Wednesday at 9 on Motor Trend, or stream every episode ad-free on the app.
At QVC, we know shopping because we're shoppers too.
We know sometimes you want to treat others.
And sometimes you just want to treat yourself.
We know it's the little things that make a house a home.
And we know what it's like to budget. It's why we started Easy Pay, so you can enjoy what you want now and pay over time with 0% interest.
We created QVC for shoppers like us. And like you. QVC, by shoppers, for shoppers.
Get a master class from the Master Homesteaders with a behind-the-scenes look at the Rainey home.
Quarantine, Rainey style.
We're going to have to work like we've never worked before. Stay tuned.
New Homestead Rescue, Thursdays at 8 on Discovery.
Watch Discovery, GVTC, Channel 554.
Texas isn't just big, it's wild, with all kinds of creatures. Cuddly ones, prickly ones, armored ones. All these animals need protecting, and there's one team that's always there to make sure they stay safe. Lone Star Law, Sunday at 9 on Animal Planet.
Watch Animal Planet, GVTC, Channel 552.
Got a 25-21 win in set 2. A set the Hawks jumped out to an 11-5 lead. Boerne able to rally back, and the Greyhounds taking with it a 2-0 lead. The Hawks so far more competitive in the second set than they were in the first. which Boerne won 25-14. But the Hawks now trying to win a set and extend things here at Greyhound Gym. Coming off a district opening win and a sweep over Fredericksburg, Hawks are hoping to carry in some of that momentum here tonight on the road. But with all due respect to the Billies, facing a much stiffer opponent tonight, a good Boerne team, out to an 11-3 start this season. Greyhounds as well coming off a 28-4 win from Friday in 4 sets over Bandera, winning that match despite playing without Addison Amick, Kendra Schwartz, or Lauren Roberts. This Boerne team is deep. The Hawks, meanwhile, are still playing without Megan Voorhees, one of their top players, all-district caliber player for the Hawks. And Kenya Lake, for the 3rd consecutive set, wins the first point. Jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the first set, led 3-0 in the second set. But again, Boerne wound up winning both. Hawks here on top 2-0. This is a tough district week for Canyon Lake after playing a very good Boerne team on the road tonight. Back home on Friday to face reigning district champion Wimberley and the Texans. Now a 3-zip lead. Hannah Harrison, the junior, serves again for Canyon Lake. Standing serve for her. Robinson hit that one right to Madison Jones. And not a good pass from Jones. Hawks on top now 4-0. But can they play like this the entirety of the set? That has not played out the first 2 here tonight. A 4-zip lead. As Harrison serves. Jones, the back set for Brock, the attacking error, and the lead grows to 5-0. Haven't seen Coach Pettibon use many of her timeouts so far. The 4 available to her, she's only taken 1. You wonder if this early deficit continues to grow, if she'll burn one here. Jones for Roberts. Goes cross court right to Andrews. Robinson, good hit. Bump set for Roberts. And that is Boerne's first point in set 3. So the Greyhounds' go-to scorers, Lauren Roberts and Tori Adams, have been strong again tonight for Boerne. The Hawks really don't have the players to go toe-to-toe with those two. Going to have to play collective team volleyball here and force Boerne into some miscues. As Taylor Adams serves here for the Greyhounds. Bump set there for Pena. Robinson, the hit from behind the 10-meter line, but right into the webbing. And out to a straight score by Boerne after that 5-0 run to start things here in the third set. It's 5-2. Andrews. Good dig on defense from Taylor Adams for Boerne. Robinson, again right at the 10-meter line, to shot for the Hawks. And that shot from behind the line from Taylor Adams goes off the tape and falls in. And now 3 straight scored by Boerne. Good serve from Adams. A little miscommunication between Addison Andrews and Kaylin Cox for Canyon Lake about who would get to that ball. And Boerne has responded with a run of its own. 4 straight scored by the Greyhounds. Not a good pass from Moore. Way too easy of a play for Adams. And the Greyhounds have erased that early 5-zip deficit with 5 in a row scored of their own. That will lead to another serve from Taylor Adams. Right-handed jump serve is a rocket too strong. So the Hawks have yet to trail here in set 3. And a serve here leading 6-5 off the rotations. Kaylin Cox comes out for Kenyon Lake. As Robinson serves for the Hawks and serves it right to Addison Amick. Pena, back set for Andrews, and a player stepped on the line. May have been Andrews coming in for the attack. We're tied again at 6. Again, Amick, who serves here for Boerne, was all district last year, averaging a little more than 2 digs a set. This year she has doubled that to more than 4.5 digs a set. Very good defensively, very good in the service game as well with 29 aces. And we'll get a chance to serve here. Boerne leading for the first time in set 3. Good serve from Amick, but received well by Allman. Back set by Jones to Roberts, but again a shot of hers towards the corner too strong. You see it again. Jones at back set, Roberts trying to go cross court and deep. Couldn't keep it in bounds. Andrews hits it to Amick. Bump set for Adams. Received well. Good dig from Moore. Roberts tries again. This one is well in bounds for Lauren Roberts. Boerne back in front, 8-7, and again angling for the sweep. Taking the first 2 sets, 25-14, 25-21. Tana Lux serving here for Boerne. Adams, another big time shot for the sophomore. And Boerne on top, 9-7 on a 9-2 run after the Hawks opened up this set on a 5-zip run of their own. And make it a 10-2 run. Lux the ace. A 10-7 Boerne lead. And the sophomore jumps and serves into the net. It ends the run there for Boerne. It's 10-8. Emily Pena to the bench for Kenyon Lake. Addison Andrews is served out for the Hawks. Klingman off a good dig for Moore. Kept alive by Harrison. Leads to a free ball for Boerne. Both teams just scrambling to get the ball over right now. Despite the efforts of Kaylee Moore, Boerne will take that point and on top by 3, 11-8. Again, good effort from both teams on this last volley. But the Greyhounds take the point and back in front by 3. And this is a problem area now for Kenyon Lake. Can they receive serves from Tori Adams in return? Good play from Allman to start things off, and they do return service. Schrader for Kenyon Lake. Klingman for Boerne. 12-8 Greyhound lead. Allman from the back line trying to encourage her teammates to get back in it. 12-3 Boerne run. Allman, the receiving error there for the Hawks. That will lead to a timeout for Kenyon Lake. 13-8 is the Boerne lead. And by the way, these two, of course, have quite a history with one another on the gridiron as well. These two schools, although not playing each other this year, not in the same district. Canyon Lake's football team out to 2-2 start, although they last played 11 days ago, September the 18th against Jordanton. The Hawks will play longtime rival Blanco on the road this Friday. Boerne's football team out to 3-2 start, coming off of back-to-back tough down-to-the-wire losses, though, the last 2 weeks, including a loss in the final play of the game against Fredericksburg this past Thursday. So both football teams well into their seasons, and for volleyball as well, although district play just underway. Greyhounds 1-1, Hawks 1-0, but down 0-2 right now. And trailing set 3, 13-8 following the timeout. Schrader with a hit for Canyon Lake. Hawks again, good hustle there to simply get that one back over. Klingman the shot. And a double hit called against the Hawks. Think they're going to get that against Kyle Morgan. A good dig from Morgan on a ball, though, that got her right up on the forearm near the elbow. Kind of ricocheted off her chest, and that was a double hit. And now Addison Amick, the libero, in the purple jersey there, off screen, was talking to the up official about what, I'm not sure. The point was Boerne's. Maybe the Greyhounds trying to make sure that their rotations are right. Serve goes off the tape from Adams and out of bounds. Cuts that lead down to 5. And now taking the ball is Caitlin Cox, a serve for Canyon Lake. Seen some good serves from her tonight. Another one of those right there. But Boerne able to return, and the Greyhounds again take a 6-point lead on top, 15-9. Talked about how Canyon Lake has been to the second round each of the past 4 years. Boerne's reached the second round in each of the last 2. And they've had some deep playoff runs in recent years. Got as far as the region semifinals 3 times this past decade. The deepest the Greyhounds have ever gone, the state semis. That was 16 years ago, back in 2004. Good Canyon Lake play. Brings the Hawks to within 5. It is 15-10. As Kaylee Moore, one of their better backline defensive players, rotates out. Serve from Lily Sanders. Greyhounds return. What a shot. As the ball pinballs around the ceiling. Hawks not able to return it. We're not going to have an angle on that as the ceiling is out of your picture. There are railings that cover the entire ceiling, and the ball hit the railing about 3 times before finally pinballing back down towards the court. Tough for the Hawks to know where it was going to land. So good effort, but a Boerne point at 16-10. Robinson from behind the 10-meter line, unable to get that one over. And the Greyhounds on top, 17-10, 8 points away from a sweep. Madison Jones' left-handed serve received by Morgan. Robinson that time able to get it over for Canyon Lake. Coming in, Roberts, and what a shot with the sophomore Lauren Roberts. Has had a couple of attacking errors tonight, but when she keeps the ball inbounds, it is tough to get to defensively as the Hawks call for their second and final timeout. 18-10, the Boerne advantage. Again, Coach Clemens has done such a marvelous job here at Canyon Lake. The Hawks have been playoff regulars since she has been there. and getting close to the milestone win of number 150. Sitting on 143, got number 143 in the win over Fredericksburg on Friday. Guide of the Hawks to 23 wins from a year ago. Again, the fourth time in the past 6 years the team has won 20 or more. Going to be tough to hit that mark this year simply because you're limited to 25 matches in the regular season due to the current guidelines set by the UIL given the pandemic. In fact, mathematically, it is impossible for the Hawks to reach 20 wins this season. They only have 8 matches left, sitting with 7 wins. And one of those 8 matches includes tonight's affair here in Boerne. Hawks out of timeouts and in a tough spot, down 8 and trailing 0-2. Robinson, again, difficulties on the attack for Canyon Lake. Really frustrated with herself right now. Trying to recover, as is her team, now down 9. She'll get a chance here. Able to get it over. Jones, a back set for Roberts. And Robinson in on that defensive play. Attacks again. Robinson locked in right now for Canyon Lake after a tough attack moments ago. Moore from behind the 10-meter line. Taps her chest, says that's my mistake. Another attacking error for Canyon Lake. Allows Boerne to take a 20-10 lead. And remember, the Hawks jumped out early, 5-0. So since then, Boerne has won 20 out of the past 25, make it 21 out of the past 26 points, and now 4 points away from the sweep. (21-10). As Kyle Morgan subs out for Canyon Lake. Jones with a serve. Robinson the first touch, a tough pass to her right that went over the net. An easy ball for Boerne to take advantage of. It's now 22-10. As Jones serves again for the Greyhounds. The sophomore. A line drive serve, too strong. The Hawks in need of a huge rally right now. At the very least, can they build some momentum, something more positive to build upon heading into a tough matchup Friday against reigning champion Wimberley? Well, that's 2 in a row for the Hawks now. It is 22-12. Receiving error for Boerne will lead it to another serve for Hannah Harrison. Standing serve for Harrison, the junior, is over. Here's Brock. And Bridget Brock shot. Bounce back on the Boerne side of the court. That's one hit too many. And a 3-point run now for Canyon Lake. Kendra Schwartz. Big time swing with the right arm there for the Greyhounds. Off a great setup from Madison Jones. Only one defender behind that 10-meter line for the Hawks, Taylon Cox. Too much ground to cover. Now 23-13 as Taylor Adams serves here for the Greyhounds. Leading by 10. Jones for Roberts. Not set point or match point yet for Boerne. Hawks have played well over the past several volleys. They've won 4 out of the past 5 points. But the hole awfully large to dig out of if you're Canyon Lake. Olivia Robinson serving for the Hawks. Good serve off the tape. Good save from Madison Jones to keep it alive. But Tori Adams makes another play for Boerne, and it is now match point for the Greyhounds. On top, 24-14. Olivia Robinson to the bench for the Hawks. And defensively, Mackenzie Allman. And match point as Addison Amick serves for the Greyhounds. And it is a Greyhound sweep. The Hawks coming off an impressive district opening win from this past Friday get swept here on this Tuesday at Boerne High School, dropping their 28-4 record to 1-1, while the Greyhounds improve to 2-1. Well, that's going to wrap up our coverage of high school volleyball on the Hawks Network. On behalf of our entire Hawks Network crew, I'm Brant Freeman on behalf of Wick Productions, saying good night from Greyhound Gym. The final score, Boerne wins it in 3 sets. It is a sweep here from Boerne High School. Good night.